welcome to Paradox Painting. My name is Danny, and if you're returning, welcome back. All right, I'm ready to share. If you couldn't tell, we have a lot of red going on with the set because that's also the colors I chose for our painting. So today I'm excited to share with you painting number 14 of the series, and it is called Fire Horse. You'll see why at the end. You'll have to stick around for that. I went with really fiery reds and bright oranges and golden yellows because I wanted it to almost feel like I could feel the heat coming off of the canvas. You'll have to let me know if I accomplished that, all right? Let me know also if you would like to see this done in different colors. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I've got my 8x10. And I'm going to try it a little different. I'm only using about an ounce to an ounce and a half of white base. Now I've got some reds that are pretty close in color, but they have different undertones. And it doesn't matter how we put it on the board at this point because we know, well, it does matter, but at the same time, by the time we're done, it won't matter. I'm just playing and enjoying the paint, traveling around that board. And I decided that I wanted it to be a vibrant painting. And the color choices that I chose are two different reds. One has more orange in it, and one is more of a, how do I put it? It's got a little touch of black in it, very little. And I wanted to try just swiping to see how that works in the process. I feel it's going to need a lot more. So let's go ahead. We're going to try, see what happens if we add a little yellow, a light yellow, and a golden yellow. And here, I think I should have left that red off because I think that's what caused the blending process to not, you see that hard yellow line? Had that been orange to the red, I think it would have mixed a lot better. So here we go. We're going to try to blend it by using our breath and a straw. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it feels like I'm making fire. Doesn't that look like fire? How interesting. Just with my breath. Paint is just something that is incredible and so versatile. So that's what we've got so far. I decided to break up a lot of the bigger collections of color, just so that as we spread it out, it has more detail and looks very Valentine-ish. Valentine-ish, is that a word? But here we go. Let's see what happens. We're going to use the hot air blower. And as I blow this, I realize it blends so much as this happens that a lot of the definition gets lost and almost a washed out effect. And so we're probably going to have to go back in with this and come at it a different way. Though I really like the colors on the board, as usual, I would have liked it to, I guess with the white base, it began to like blend together and soften. So I decided to try to pour some of this off, and that way we can begin to create what we're feeling. Now my flow extender today, I decided to use some of my table scrapings from my previous paintings. And so I know it's not going to show on the board, or at least that's the intent. And yeah, it's a good way to be resourceful, right? Right now I'm like, uh-oh, didn't mean to do that. But that's okay. There are no accidents, just happy, or no, how is that? What did Bob Ross say? There are no accidents, just happy mistakes, or something, I don't remember. So I grabbed my fan brush, which I'm not sure that this was the best idea, but I'm like, I gotta fix this, and I wanna know what a fan brush would be like if I just fluttered it. Then I'm like, oh, let's pick up some of this and use it as flow extender. We're just going at it today. Like, I'm into it. And I'm having a great time. There's just something for me very therapeutic and soothing and satisfying to play with art and paint. I'm just dabbing the corners. It's like a little tap here and it. So we're going to pull this, or I should say pour this. I feel like I'm pulling it sometimes, but we're going to give it a little bit of a flow extender, which I don't know why I chose white. Perhaps I didn't know if it would make it all the way off the board. I can see it struggling. And I've learned I don't want to restrict my base that much. So I'll probably go back. I'm thinking about 1 3/4 ounces of a cup, because 2 ounces for a little 8x10 seems like so much. Now, my problem is that I don't have enough to cover this end. So I'm like, okay, gotta think this through. We'll just try to do a flow extender adding white. Makes sense, right? I'll definitely give it a whirl. Now the white comes off the board, and even though the paint is actually flowing, it's so gradual. I don't know if it's ever going to get there. And I'm a Gemini, so I have no patience. So I'm like, all right, let's go about this a different way. So I began to layer my colors, thinking we'll integrate this through a swipe into what we already have and go from there and see where it takes us. So I begin my swipe. I always backtrack a little bit just so that it doesn't, you can't see where I start and stop kind of feel, right? And we'll just carry this right on off the board. Let's give this a look. Yeah, break up the lining in it. It's interesting. I still feel that the board feels very washed out, like the story isn't there. Remember, I'm going for like explosion of colors. So I'm doing a lot of thinking. I'm thinking, well, this is making a really good backdrop, if you will, for where we want to go. Fully covered, right? And our sides are touched up, so we just need to go from here. I do like the colors. It's just so pale. We need to add more color. So I torch it to get rid of all the air bubbles that are in the paint. And in doing that, more of the white cells are coming to the surface. And I'm like, we've got to get color back in here. So, starting over, in a sense, we have a good backdrop. But let's go ahead and get a little bit of swiping going on here and see what happens when we add back in those bright colors. Oh yeah, I am enjoying that. That feels good. That's what we want. Let's get our board turned. Go at it from a different angle. And just trying to find a way to get that fiery color into the design Like I said, my goal is my palette, my canvas. I want it to feel like it's actually on fire and producing heat. And so I'm just thinking as I go along, we just need to keep adding red and yellow for a little while and get that fiery base going and get that canvas heated up, right? Now I added the dark red there and a little bit of gold. That golden yellow and that light yellow tend to work well together. So this time I wanted to swipe with that light yellow, but when I did, it went back to that washed out feel again. I'm like, all right, we are gonna have to go hardcore now. We're gonna have to get some serious color on the board. I decided it was time to bring in the black. And it was exactly what we needed. Now the red stands out. The yellow is glowing because it has the contrast. But at the same time, the black is actually mixing with the pink rather than eating the pink. So I'm like, all right, we're going to build in the depth by adding black in the places that feel like we need a lot more depth to them. I felt as though I was the author of a book and I was creating this fairy tale. And in that, the story itself was being created as we swiped. Huh. Let's see what happens here if we try to, yeah, take it into different places and different directions. Just slowly. Oh, I love it. Yes, yes. This is painting. All right, here we go. Let's see what we can do with this white. I'm trying to avoid messing up areas that I like, but at the same time get a composition that it's almost as if you're looking at a three-dimensional story. Ooh, I really like that one place of yellow there, so we're gonna have to be very careful as we pull this right along the side of it. I don't want to get into that sweet golden honeycomb. Yeah, I'm liking this. Oh, wow. It's definitely took a step up by adding that contrasting color. Huh, who knew? Okay, we're getting close to that honeycomb color. Be careful. Okay, I grabbed a little bit of white accidentally when I made that pull. And so it washed it out. So we'll just add in the red, a little bit of orange, and then we're gonna swipe with the black. And I'm gonna grab just the black. There it is. Yes, that's beautiful. I like that. We'll try to integrate it. Let's see what we got. Well, it's definitely unique. Wow. The colors in this are just mesmerizing. And we're definitely getting that glow feel, right? It's a lot of fun to play with it. When you get to that point and you're bored, I feel like a lot of people give up when they get to that point where it didn't work the first time. And that's one thing an artist needs to do is continue the process until you reach a moment of where the story is told on your canvas and you can feel it. You're like, yeah, I feel like this is completely out there. I've never seen this before. Then you're at a place where the creation itself is mesmerizing. Look at that, it looks like a liquid smoke, golden smoke, right? I love the color choices. I seriously do. That pink and the black, I would have never put that with the red and the gold yellow. Just never. But somehow on this board, it works. It works well. Here are your wet results, which to me are just absolutely mesmerizing. It almost has that appeal of fire like lava in places, and then broken up by that black. And that feels like it's really far away. I don't know, I'm just impressed. It has this feeling of an explosion of energy. But yet there's something very magical that's about to be revealed to you. And I always like to turn my abstract art over and over until I see the position that, to me, feels natural. Does this remind you of a fairy tale in some way? It does to me. I love that little touch of green and baby blue and pink on that black, and that far off, distant galaxy along all these reds and yellows. But how does it dry? Here are your beautiful dry results. It dried with more intensity because it dries darker. And wow, it's really got its own moments. Like, look at the little heart in the middle of all that splashing gold. And then to me, that's like a butterfly that hasn't yet happened. Like maybe that's a caterpillar. And as we work our way through this, it's just got so many levels. And indeed, it's got the bright colors. But remember, it took the darkness to shine the light, right? So it's really important that we embrace that part of ourselves in our expression. That there are faults, sure, that we have. But look how bright our brightness shines, right? Now, I don't know if you see this, so let me know if you see what I'm about to show you. But I feel like with the dark swipe through the middle of the board, or the center of the board, I should say, and remember it was several, that it ended up being this fire horse. I don't know if you can see it or not. I can see it. Let me know what you think. You see the horse? I don't know. That's just what I saw. If you would like to continue on with me, I have created a playlist with all my favorite paintings right here for you. Or you could watch this one next. I thank you so incredibly much, and I can't wait to paint with you again.